Hey. Happy Friday, everyone. This week has been awesome. Really enjoyed it. I feel refreshed and ready to go. Got a cool weekend lined up, so it's been good. I'm jumping on because last night, for the first time in a while, I jumped into a networking event. So I haven't been to one in a while. I really enjoy them, and I wish I could fit in more of them because it really fills my cup when I get to meet new people, especially when they're hardworking, ambitious, and they're involved in a lot of different industries that I'm not involved in, because you learn a lot from different people and hanging out and having good chats. And even if you don't learn from them, normally they're good people and they're just doing good things. So I went to a Christchurch Young Professionals event last night. The event was centered around an economic debate between a couple of New Zealand's top economists. So we heard a lot about what's happening with the country. There was quite a strong focus on property, which is just how the event ran. I thought there'd be more about, I guess, the economy as a whole and what's going on, but that's just what they focused on, which is cool. It's their event. So yeah, heard a bit about landlords and renters and what's happened with the property market and why it's happened. But I think the value from these things come from the people in the room, people who pay for a ticket. Tickets weren't overly expensive, but those kinds of people who do pay for tickets to events like these, they tend to be hardworking, well-educated. They're pretty ambitious, goal-orientated. They want to know what's happening with the market because it gives them a better picture of how they can orientate their own life and set their own goals. So yeah, and so I suppose the value of being in rooms like that is that you get to meet a whole bunch of people from many different industries. They might come from health, they might come from the business sector, they might come from the public sector, they might be into entrepreneurship, they might be in the hospitality industry. So yeah, a whole range of people. They come into one room and you just meet people. It's pretty easy to just hold out your hand and say, "Hi, I'm Jason. This is what I'm into. What's your background?" And you hear their story. And yeah, the cool thing about that is they tend to be polite, hardworking people that just want to have a yarn, and you can pick their brain. And even if you're not learning anything from them, normally everyone in the room has quite a cool story because of the nature of the topics that that the event is focused around, but also just everyone has generally a good story, or like that. There's just a bunch of things you can talk about with these kinds of people, right? So yeah, that's one of the good things about going to these events. Another thing is it gets you out of your bubbles. And what I mean by that is we tend to hang around people the most that we have the most similarity to. So you have your family life, and then you might have your sporting life, you might have your professional life, and all these people in those silos, they have a certain way of thinking. So every family has their own ways of being and their own culture within their family. And then if you have your sporting life, everyone is interested in that sport for some reason. So maybe they have a type of physique and a thing that they're good at, and they are drawn to that kind of sport. And then in your professional life, people who know about a certain sector in business or in that profession, right? So you hang out in these silos. You spend the most time with those types of people because they're the big rocks in your life. But a lot of people, they get comfortable in those silos, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the world is a bigger place than the communities that you hang out in, right? And it's really good to actually get out a little bit and try to see or meet other people that are involved in different things that you're involved with, because they'll have totally different experiences to you. They'll have different ways of thinking, and they'll expose you to different different things just naturally by hanging around them. So it's really valuable, and I understand that a lot of people, networking may not be their thing. It's quite intimidating to meet new people and get into large crowds sometimes. But the way I think about it is, if you think about your best mate, you had to meet them for the first time at some point, right? So in these rooms, you may find your best mate, your future best mate, right? Because you might get chatting to someone, make an instant connection, and then you're away laughing. So you just don't know. It's good to meet new people. The world is a big place. There's 8 billion people on the planet, and you can't meet them all, but it's good to meet more people than in your inner circles, I suppose. There's a million ways you can do this, and there's many events that you can go to. It doesn't have to have an economic focus like I'm interested in. There's meetups for. If you're interested in something, it's more than likely there's a community out there that's interested in it too. So jump into it, see what happens. Take a mate that could be interested in it too. That's what I did. I took a friend, and we both had a great time. So there's ways of doing it, but just thought I'd share my thoughts. Networking is really, I find it really enjoyable, but I also think it's very valuable. Because you never know what could happen when you connect with one person at these events, and where it could lead, like in a year down the track, or 5 years down the track, or 10 years down the track. So get in these rooms, meet some new people, and see what happens. You never know. Cool. That's all from me. Hope everyone has a mega weekend. I know I will. Get out and about, meet some new humans, and see what happens. That's all from me, team. Hope everyone has a good one.